it's a city still known for its big hole, but what are voters' core concerns in Kimberley? A lack of jobs, water, or is it electricity? Well, ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa is there today to drum up support for his party ahead of the November 1st elections. And Pule Letshwiti-Jones is tagging along to hear what he has to say. Let's cross to him now. Pule, very noisy behind you. What's happening there?
Well, very good morning, Annika, and the President is expected to arrive here any time from now. He's continuing with his election campaign trail. Remember, last week he was in the northwest where he embarked on a trail in Potchefstroom, Ward 22, where he said that he wants to fix the leadership crisis in that province. He was then in eThekwini, in KZN as well, where he continued with this trail, where we saw a very, very, very unwelcoming reception in other areas. But now he's expected to come here in this Black municipality in Ward 22. Now, politically, this ward here has the DA has a very strong dominance in this ward here. But the ANC will be looking at ensuring that they can take some of those numbers from the DA in this ward. Now, we also understand that in this ward, under the leadership of Deputy Chairperson Talukolo Nganga and of course Chairperson Zamani So, they were the first to deliver the provincial electoral conference in different districts in this province. But furthermore, Saul was the chairperson who was uncontested here.
Pule, I'm sorry to disrupt you. Is there any way you could be politely bossy to the people behind you and just ask them if they could just keep it down a little bit while we do this interview, while you're on air? I know it's a big ask, but we just can't hear you. We just can't hear you that well.
We just got the call. That's our president. He's just somewhere here.
That's a horrible thing to ask a reporter to do. Thank you, Pule. That's better. Thanks. Sorry, carry on, Pule.
I also think it's part of the excitement that's here, particularly because they're expecting the president to arrive here. But just as I was saying, Annika, you'd remember that the chairperson of the ANC in this province and Premier, Zamani Saul, was uncontested when he won, and of course going for a second term as well as chairperson here, alongside the leadership of the likes of Talukolo Nganga as the deputy chairperson in this area of the ANC, who would then say that they're trying by all means to ensure that the ANC's dominance in this province continues. The president as well also reiterating that he is impressed by the unified ANC in the Northern Cape. However, like I said previously, in this particular ward, in Ward 22, what we understand is that the DA has more numbers than the ANC, and this is the reason why they're here, to try and get some of those numbers from the opposition parties.
Pule, what are some of the main service delivery issues that you're speaking with residents about?
Well, some of the service delivery issues or concerns, rather, Annika, relate to roads not being tarred, potholes, electricity, water. Here are some of the severe critical issues that residents say they have been crying for quite some time. And of course, the president's visit here, they're hoping that this time around he can actually say something that will address their issues. Now, when you look at some of the solutions that residents are taking politically, they are now vouching for a route of voting for independent candidates. We know of two councillors here who've now dripped away from being in a political organization and now going the independent route. And residents here are quite affirmed by that, saying they will be also looking into voting for independent candidates who are not affiliated to a political organization, saying they hope that this will be a new political direction in terms of resolving some of their issues that have been affecting them in this area and this province for quite some time.
All right, Pule, thank you so much. We'll cross back to you once the president has arrived. Thank you so much for that crossing there from Kimberley. Well.